Let's meet our special guest for the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my good golly gosh, it's comic Scott Capurro.
So why did he... Thank you. Why did he kill her?
There was some row, if I remember right, with his wife, that he thought the wife was unfit to care for their children. And that's how it all started. They had a bit of a fight.
All right.
Yeah. And the nanny got
Isn't the thought that he battered the nanny because he thought it was his wife?
Wife, yeah.
He mistook.
He was waiting downstairs in the cellar
with the
pipe. And he'd taken a
light,
light,
like that game
light
Clue,
bulb out.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
The
it's just like Cluedo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except that the murderer disappears.
Yeah.
Now, this outrageously funny man, Captain Sudafed, we're calling him today, because he's feeling a little weary, is midway through his Scott Capurro Goes Deeper tour, which kicked off at the Edinburgh Festival this summer, and it had some great reviews as well. But as ever, your material, I think it's fair to say, you know, it's close to the line.
It's challenging, I guess. I don't know.
Because Edinburgh, we've talked about this a bit before, we have to talk about it, Kevin, now, but Edinburgh, you know, you are prepared to see people walk out, aren't you?
Well, I think everyone who takes a new show up there expects there to be some sort of, I don't know, some sort of conflict with an audience who goes there expecting something and then getting something else. But I think the Fringe is great because it produces a lot of new work, and that's what we're up there trying to produce.
Well, we've talked before with you about whether comedy should have limits or not, because I think the gag that sent people leaving at Edinburgh was over Maddie McCann, wasn't it?
Right, yeah.
Now, there's been a lot in the press of late, hasn't there, about Jonathan Ross, Russell Brand.
Yeah.
We got, there you go, there's the fantastic effigies that were burned a couple of days ago. Where do you stand on this? I mean, it is very difficult because humour, almost by definition, is at the edge of taste.
Well, I think I don't know why you might hire someone like Russell Brand to be a childish kind of sex addict and then fire him for the same reason. I just think, you know, just let him do what he does. You know, I think he and Jonathan were playful. They might have crossed a boundary, but, you know, I just think the great thing about Britain is you can say what you want and get away with it usually.
Well, can you? Has it changed? Are you now more cautious, more wary?
I'm never more cautious or wary. I mean,
Please be cautious and wary.
I think...
just for an hour.
All right.
Hour and a bit.
But no, I think that the great thing about being a stand-up comic is you can say what you like on stage. And I think an audience takes that personally sometimes because they assume that you've written what you're saying.
OK, but then when you transfer the stage stuff to radio and TV, does that then... It must be a burden on you to be more cautious?
A little bit, but I think people are really angry about Jonathan's salary. I think people have been angry about that for a while.
Think you're right.
And I think that's what a lot of this is. They're finding a reason to voice their anger about it. And I mean, you know, I don't really care about the floppy-haired guy with a speech impediment. I'm more worried about Russell Brand because I feel like they've lost a real talent. I do. I think he's great. I think his radio show is very funny.
But don't you think one of the important things for any entertainer is judging your audience and the environment in which you're telling that joke? Isn't it an important part of the process?
Yeah,
if you're on in Edinburgh, I would agree, you know, the Perry Awards and what have you is about
Russell's audience loved it. There were 2 complaints, that was it. 2. There's, I think, 37,000 I read about the other day. That's since the Daily Mail ran with it.
You know,
so the Daily Mail doesn't like Russell Brand. Surprise, surprise.
And they don't like the BBC either. I think that if you asked a lot of people who had complained, you might be surprised to find out that a lot of them may have heard.
But when someone comes to a club to see you, they expect that you might have a go at them. They expect that you might turn on them because they're in a comedy club and they know it's edgy. Someone like Andrew Sachs did not expect that.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did, because he knew all of the material, and they asked him, are you happy with this going out? And he said, cut it back a bit. He didn't say no, he said, cut it back a bit.
He certainly did not ask for his granddaughter to be insulted. Have a go at him, but don't have a go at someone that's in his family. And I think that's what everyone has reacted to. And also, it was bullying, you know? It was bullying.
But comedy is bullying, and that's what those two do.
But they didn't give him the chance to reply. They
did something. He has now, hasn't he?
Well, he hasn't, to be fair. The British public have done it on his behalf. He's been very gracious and magnanimous about it, actually.
I don't know if the full story's come out yet, actually. I'm going to reserve judgment because...
do you know something we don't?
Well, maybe.
Oh, OK. Oh, hello. News of the world scoop here.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'll wait for the commercial break. We'll get stuck into that.
Obama. Punting out. Happy? Oh,
yay.
Come on. You can't.
No, I liked Hillary, but, you know, I'll
get
take
over
Obama.
it. That's ancient history.
I couldn't vote for McCain because he has no thumbs. When he does that, it looks like this, like he's pressing the red button already. A bit too eager. I like Sarah Palin. She's a waste, I think. She's wasted on the American public, Sarah Palin.
Really?
A beauty queen winner with an AK-47? Come on.
Only in America.
Oh, I love her. And, I mean, I'd sleep with her, and I'm a gay, so, you know, that's... pretty good.
And she's bright too. She said this morning, is Africa really a continent? I mean, she's a bright girl.
Yeah. There's things there she can shoot. That's what she needs to know.
Yeah.
And where can we see you going deeper?
I'll be at
on the stage.
Thank you. I'll be at the. Didn't know where this was heading. I'll be at the Leicester Square Theatre next Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to video it for a DVD thing.
Good.
I know, I guess.
Good. Then we can watch it in the privacy of our own homes.
Yeah, you can watch
when
it.
Ofcom won't be watching.
Delicious.
Great to have you here, as
Thank
per
you very
usual.
much.
And great to have you with us too, folks. Let's tell you about today's show. It's going to kick off with Scott taking us through the papers.